You can always rely on niggas to do some nigga shit. This is some powerful niggatry at work here. You know, Chris Rock used to always say it's the difference between black people and niggas. But it's this rapper called BTB Savage. It's a long ass story. I gotta watch a breakdown and then I'll give my thoughts on it.
A rapper from San Antonio, Texas, named BTB Savage killed someone and dissed him on social media. Then, just hours after the post, he was shot and killed in revenge. He made headlines last week for telling DJ Vlad how the shooting went down. And now...
Why? And then people were getting mad at DJ Vlad. Why are you getting... Yo, these rappers are going up to DJ Vlad and they're literally confessing their crimes. Now, he didn't commit a crime. It was self-defense because he got his house broken into. But why would you go on DJ Vlad and talk about this shit? For what? You won. You won. The person that broke into your house, you killed them. It's nothing to talk about. You won. What are you going back there for? What are you going to Vlad? Why are you going? I can't even speak. That's how irritated I am. Why are you going to DJ Vlad for an interview? For what?
He's in the spotlight after tragically losing his own life. So today, we're breaking down exactly what happened in this wild story. Let's get right into it. On March 30th, headlines in Houston broke that a man had been shot to death in his vehicle around 6 p.m. Before anyone knew that BTB Savage was the victim, the cops had already figured out that it was a targeted shooting because of how many bullet shells they found at the scene. According to reports, Savage was in his white Mercedes in a good part of town called River Oaks, and the whip was filled with bullet holes. Two shooters pulled up and boxed him in. Then they started letting off shots. It's not clear how many times Savage was hit or if he even shot back, but by the time help arrived at the scene, it was already too late. Savage getting gunned down in the middle of a nice neighborhood like that was shocking. But then the story got even crazier. Come to find out, a few hours before he was murdered, BTB Savage...
Niggas. You got your house broken into. You know, you shot the perpetrator who broke into your house. I'm cool with that. But then you go back and then you take a flick on where the situation happens after doing the DJ Vlad interview. Like, you just asking for it, my nigga. You asking for it.
Posted a couple of selfies on Twitter standing in a pool of dry blood. And just a warning, the images are pretty graphic. Savage was trolling a dude who was killed in his apartment a couple of months ago. And last week, he went on Vlad TV to air out how everything happened.
For what? For what? For what? This is what for what? And then y'all blaming DJ Vlad. He went up there. Yeah.
According to Savage, a local rapper had been trying to get a feature from him for a while. They ain't really know each other, but they'd run into each other at shows and around town sometimes. One night, a couple months ago, the dude got in touch with Savage and he finally agreed to do a feature. And later that night, the other rapper pulled up to his apartment with a car full of dudes. The rapper came into Savage's apartment.
Oh, nah, yeah, you ain't supposed to be inviting niggas you don't know like that into your apartment. Nah, I'll meet you at the studio, or you can send your verse over, and then I'll go into the studio and do my thing, and then I'll send it over. We got too much technology to have some of you nigglets in my house, because niggas be, yo, look at all this jewelry he got on. Bro, niggas be plotting.
Apartment with a 34-year-old named Omar Richardson.
Tight ass fucking shirt.
Savage said he felt kind of weird because both of them was looking around the spot when they walked in. But then Richardson flashed some bread and Savage thought it was all good. The dudes came in with a box full of studio equipment so they could set up and record. But then the other rapper said he was missing a few things and Omar told him to go back to the whip and grab what he needed. Savage thought something was off, so he locked the door when the rapper went outside. And that's when everything went left. Omar started asking Savage about his jewelry and who he got his pieces from. And when Savage reached down to show his chain, Omar upped his strap and told Savage to hand everything over.
All this guap. He don't look like he broke or he was struggling. He looked like he got a little bit of motion. So if you did all of this, why not just be like, yo, you know what? We gotta move into another spot. You know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of motion going on. Let's move out this environment. You go right, oh my God, you niggas get on my fucking nerves. You niggas be killing me.
At first,
Because he could have moved out of this situation and laid low. You still in Houston after you killed somebody in self-defense. And you take a picture. God, you can't make this shit up.
Savage told him he wasn't giving it up. But after Omar said he'd shoot him and his girl too, Savage started taking the chains off. When Omar first pulled out the gun, Savage was too far away to make a move. But when Omar reached to grab Savage's chain, he saw an opportunity and moved quick. Savage wrapped Omar up in his arms and fell to the ground, and they started wrestling. Omar's gun fell out of his hand, and Savage had his arms wrapped up. And that's when Savage yelled for his girl to come shoot him. She came in and popped him in the back twice, but that ain't slow him down. Omar managed to get his hand on one of his guns and let 3 shots off at Savage's girl. But luckily, every shot missed, and Savage got him back under control. He told Omar his son was in there and he just needed to leave. But instead of ducking out and getting himself to the hospital, Omar told Savage he was gonna kill him and kept fighting. Omar yelled at his homies to shoot through the door, and they let off 2 shots and missed everyone. Savage told his girl to shoot back, but then 20 more shots flew into the apartment from the front door. When they stopped shooting, Savage's girl popped back at him with 2 shots, and that's when
His girlfriend was catching most of the bodies. Was she John Wick?
homies left him to die. Savage and Omar kept fighting while Savage's girl tried to get a clean shot on him. She fired again, but the bullet hit Savage right in his elbow.
Oh, no, never mind. She ain't John Wick. She hit his head. But I respect her, though. She got heart. She got heart.
Shattered it. His bone was poking through the skin, and he couldn't even hold his arm up. But he got his body out of the way, and his girl shot Omar one more time in the torso.
Damn! Ooh, cold-blooded. The only reason why I'm celebrating is that I don't respect any. You break into somebody's house, hey, all bets are off. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't condone that shit. Find you some motion, get you some bread, stop breaking in niggas' houses, bro.
Tried to get him to leave again, but Omar said he wasn't going without getting something. He was crawling on the floor with a gun in his hand right next to Savage's son's room, and that's when Savage jumped on him. He put his finger over Omar's and let off all the rounds left in the magazine. When Omar realized he was out of ammo, he started telling Savage he had kids too and asked him not to let him die.
Nah, fuck all that. You if you cared about them kids, you wouldn't even try to take that man chain. But this nigga is dumb because he was posted up in that same city where all this happened. You got all this money. Move, my nigga. You doing a DJ Vlad interview? Hard-headed, bro.
But Savage had no sympathy for him and said, "I hope you die." Savage and his girl went in to grab his son. Then Savage went back out to make sure everything was clear before they left. Omar crawled to the front door and grabbed Savage's foot when he walked by and begged him to take him to the hospital. Savage told him,
"Your ass about to fry right here, and if they come save you, then they come save you. If not, then your ass toasted."
After that, Savage called his homie and was rushed to the hospital. He passed out in the car, and when he woke up in the hospital bed, the cops were waiting there to talk with him. After Savage and his girl explained the situation, the cops classified it as self-defense, and neither of them were charged. Omar died at the scene, and Savage told the cops he was happy about it. In his interview with Vlad,
and he go do an interview right after he did that shit instead of just getting your kids and getting your girlfriend and getting the fuck out that city. He want to do a Vlad interview and go back to where it happened at and take a picture. Man, y'all new niggas is weird.
He admitted
that shit gave me bad PTSD for sure.
But Omar put his son's life in danger, so Savage had no choice. It was a crazy situation, and the Vlad TV interview immediately blew up, hitting almost 2 million views in less than a week. And Savage's ops obviously wasn't happy about it. Vlad asked Savage,
I mean, are you at all concerned?
It's not even no op, no gang op. This is just some broke ass nigga that's tried to break into his house and he got fried for it. But you can't be moving like this, my nigga. You gotta lay low, something.
That his people are gonna try to come back.
Yeah, they for sure might do what they do. But I'm gonna get active. That's all it is.
Unfortunately, it ain't take long for the get back. And some people are blaming the interview for his tragic death. Benzino's been on Vlad TV.
Come on, bro. Come on. He didn't even have to do that Vlad interview. You come on. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. At what point does he take accountability for even going up there to begin with? You got a little bit of bread. You got a little bit of motion. You could have moved into another state and got out of the mess. You want to do a Vlad interview and you go back to where the situation happened, trying to taunt and show off. Like you asking for it, my nigga. You asking for it.
Before, but after the news broke about Savage's death, he tweeted, "I ain't never going on that shit again. The culture is already killing each other at such a high rate that we don't need instigators by an outsider." Plus, Savage's ops clowned him over the interview after he died, which led to more people blaming Vlad. Even though the interview put the situation in the spotlight, at the end of the day, Savage already had real beef in the streets with whoever killed him. And that beef still
he did? I didn't know that. I just thought it was a regular robbery. Damn.
would have existed even if he never told Vlad about Omar's death. Savage had already moved out of the apartment where Omar died, but he went back just to take a picture.
Niggas. But this is Vlad's fault though, right? Vlad told him to do this too, right? Like, come on, man. You gotta be defending the white man. Come on, B. Come on.
In his blood and flex on his ops. Him and his girl had every right to defend themselves that night Omar tried to rob him. But dissing people's dead homies on the internet like that will always put a bigger target on your back. It's just an all-around tragedy. And the rap game has lost another talented artist too soon. BTB Savage never hit the mainstream, but he was working hard the last few years and definitely could have made a name for himself in the industry, especially with the extra exposure from his Vlad TV interview. Savage ain't come up like most rappers. He actually joined the army and was stationed in South Korea, and that's where he went to a trade school and learned how to code. According to reports, he got caught up in a massive fraud scheme that was allegedly over $1 million. And that's when he got kicked out of Korea and decided to hop in the booth. He tragically left behind a 4-year-old
I didn't even know all that.
son who will have to grow up without his dad around. And Savage said that his son was the only thing that kept him going. BTB Savage was hustling hard to make it in the industry and provide for his family, but the streets caught up to him before he could hit the mainstream. Rest in peace, the BTB Savage.
Rest in peace, but come on, bro. You can't. Come on, man. You gotta move smarter than that, B. You gotta move smart. And I guess this is the nigga who allegedly is charged for murdering him. This is, I don't know if he, who knows. Grown ass nigga, 40 years old. This nigga look like this nigga look like my uncle.
One of the suspects accused in a deadly shooting of a rapper in the River Oaks area is now under arrest. That rapper, known as BTB Savage, was killed in a drive-by shooting 2 weeks ago. Ugochi Yoloka joins us live from the courthouse with more on the arrest.
Hey, Sherman, right now the man accused of killing 26-year-old Daryl Gentry, also known as rapper BTB Savage, court is being processed in the Harris County Jail and is appearing right now in probable cause court right next to me as we speak. There is a hearing happening at this moment. Now, investigators do say a second suspect is involved in the death of Gentry, but they have not identified him yet. Yeah, take a look here. 40-year-old Montrell Burley is charged with murder after Houston police say licensed
40 years old
readers helped spot him at the murder scene. Investigators say Gentry was killed in a deadly drive-by shooting in the River Oaks area March 30th. Court records state home surveillance videos capture the black Subaru car suspects were driving in on mid-lane at the time of the shooting. Now, the motive, according to court documents, show Gentry was allegedly involved in the shooting death of a man in San Antonio during an attempted robbery. The man who was killed in that incident in San Antonio was allegedly friends with and a part of a gang with Burley. Now, Gentry's mom told KQ11 that her son believed that he was being retaliated against after sharing more about that incident in San Antonio online. She tells us,
you think?
she truly believes her son was set up. Again, that hearing is happening right now. We understand that Burley is in court, but has not faced the judge just yet. We're waiting on that. We'll send it back to you all in the studio. Sherman?
All right, thank you for watching that case. Ugochi Iloka downtown at the courthouse. We will continue posting updates on this story.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Like RP to bro, but he moving too reckless, bro. He was moving too reckless. Nigga thought he was untouchable. Anybody can get touched, bro. Anybody can get touched. He was moving wicked. He should have moved, laid low, and did his thing, bro. He's still hanging around in Houston where the situation had happened, bro. It makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. But leave a like if you enjoyed the video, man. I'm taking my black ass to bed. I'm out.